subscribe, follow, like, share. Last Bell Boxing. These guys give you all the exclusives, and next time I get my fight date, it's going to be exclusive on here as well. So make sure you give them all a follow.
Next Saturday night, Skate Academy, Fight Zone, Fight Academy, Dennis Hobson show. Our very own friend of the channel, fighter for Daz Medcalf, Nicola Hopewell, challenges Marie Connan for the IBO World Flyweight title. Daz, what's the update on Nick? How's she looking?
Yeah, camp's gone really well, mate. Not gonna lie, she's had a brilliant camp. Obviously it got extended and dealt with that. Raring to go, mate.
Obviously, I came up about a week after the original fight was cancelled to get a reaction from Nick. Did an interview, and that's on the channel for anybody that wants to go and watch it. She really opens up on that. It's difficult, isn't it, when you're tailoring a camp and you're 1 week out or 2 weeks out, you're ready to go, and then the fighter gets pulled for no fault of your own, no fault of Marie Connan's either, by the way. The undercard, a lot of the undercard fell through. And let's have it right. It was the right decision by Dennis Hobson to pull the fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He had no choice, really, mate. You know, the tickets that were sold. If anyone don't know the way smaller all shows work, tickets from fighters basically pay the bills. Tickets that fighters sell to their fans pay the bills. And when a couple of those fighters pull out, or the fight gets cancelled for injuries or for whatever reason, opponents pulling out and they can't find another one, those tickets have to be refunded, and then the fight and the event is not making the money it should be making. Makes no sense as a promoter. But to Dennis's good, he straight away got the fight remade. So I think it was 6 weeks after the news of the original fight being pulled that we got the new date. So now Nick is a week out. Camp's done. She'll be tailoring down, I'm sure, doing more than she should be doing, knowing Nick, because she can't sit still. Have you told her?
She won't. She'll be doing exactly what I tell her.
Good. She's always in fantastic shape, Nick. And I know you guys have obviously worked on a game plan. What does Marie Connan bring to the table, Daz, that you need to be wary of?
She's tough. Very, very game. She's very fit. Well, she seems very physically strong. Quite relentless. She's got a good jab. Yeah, she's a good fighter. You don't win a world title if you're not very good. So I've got a lot of respect for Marie. Very good fighter.
Going to be a very interesting night. Obviously, I'm up there for Last Bell Boxing. Mick, I know this was one you were looking to get to originally.
Yeah, gutted, to be honest, because obviously we weren't long out when Daz obviously let me know of the date being pushed back, but unfortunately I can't make the new date. So hey, hopefully I'll be able to get there for our first defence instead.
Exactly, mate. For people that can't get there on the night, I'm sure there's potentially a few tickets left. Contact Nick direct on her socials if you want the ticket for the fight. For the people that can't get down, this will be on Fight Zone. You can view it, stream it on Fight Zone. But yeah, what a fight! What a journey Nicola's been on. It was not like 3 years ago. Nicola was fighting on a rival boxing organisation in Bieber. She decided to make that switch, and she's not looked back. Under the guidance of Daz, I don't want to make him blush, but under the guidance of Daz, Nick's a million times a better fighter than she was then, and she'll admit that herself. And she's got different levels to a game. I'm sure the Connan team have been looking at previous fights of what Nick's done in certain fights, and I know from my understanding is they've had a certain ex-opponent of Nick in there doing some sparring. So if they're looking at that fight in particular, to see what they're going to get from Nicola Hopewell, they're looking down the wrong avenue, because there's so much she brings to the game now. There's so many different game plans that they can bring together. Like I say, that's my words, not Daz's words, by the way. Yes, so anybody wanting to watch this, Saturday night, Fight Zone TV, and if you want tickets, contact Nicola Hopewell direct. And if there's anything left, I'm sure she'll be able to sort you out. Anything you want to add on this, Daz, before we move on?
No, mate. Just thank you for your support and that. Since she's laced gloves on, even in Beaver, and then obviously when she's come over to British Boxing Board. Thank you to Mick and that. He bought tickets. I mean, it's unfortunate that they all can't make it. But yeah, listen, she's now got to. She's basically got to embrace success, which is what I say to her. She's got to embrace being a world champion. She's got to take that title, and she's got to believe in herself, and she does. She's a world-class fighter, But listen, this is taking nothing away from Marie Connan. Marie Connan's a very, very good fighter as well. It's going to be a tough night's work. Got a lot of respect for Marie. I've watched her enough. Yeah, very good fighter. Seems like a nice person as well. Nick's lost one fight, and that's to one of the best super flyweights in the world. And she learnt a lot from that. So let's just roll on the 19th. Let's hear on the new.
Nick was the first female fighter out of Worksop. She was the first Commonwealth champion, female or male, out of Worksop.
Well, I can just literally put now, Nicola was ranked by the IBF at number 11. I mean, what an achievement that is. What an achievement that is. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen that, I can, so thank you for that. I should be sending her that. She's achieving things that haven't been achieved before from this time. Listen, we've had some good boxers from this time, but they've not hit the heights of what Nicola's, she has it, and she's about to it. So yeah, I mean, what an achievement being ranked by IBF is at number 11.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. Yeah. And she's such a humble. She's such a humble girl as well. Anyone that meets Nick outside of boxing, she's quite mild mannered. She speaks very, very politely and quietly. You would not believe the transformation when she gets them gloves wrapped up. And it's fight time. Wow. Some at switches.
I'll tell you a little story before we go. It still tickles me to this day. When I first started training Nick, we went sparring. Took a place of sparring against good, strong, powerful punchers, and I saw her get hit with shots that I think would have wobbled me, to be fair. And I look at her, and I remember coming back from sparring once, and I said to her, "What goes through your mind when you're sparring or you're fighting? What do you think?" And she went, "No, really. Just I'm going to hit them more than they hit me." And I'm like, and this is a girl who's like mad in, and I'm sure she'll like tick me off for this, but it's a girl who's like mad into Disney, and who's got who you would look at and think, if someone told you she was a professional fighter, let alone a Commonwealth champion, ranked by IBF and about to fight for a world title, people would look at you and go, behave yourself. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, she's hard as nails. Listen, Emma Dolan is a fantastic fighter, and Emma Dolan can punch. Emma Dolan hit Nick with punches that she hit other girls with, and they just bounced off Nick. You know what I mean? And listen, Nick can punch as well. You know, I fair to say that Nick gave Emma a toughest fight.
Yeah.
Of a career so far. You know, maybe Emma doesn't agree with that, but I personally think that. But it was a great learning fight, and you know the rounds they shared after were learning rounds as well for Nick. And you know, I appreciate Emma and Carl Greaves for that. They were top people. But yeah, Nick's mate. It still baffles me now how she is in them robes. Honestly, I still have to, you know, scratch my head and think, what's going off here?
Have you met her personally yet, Mick?
No, I haven't. Not yet. I was hoping to, obviously, on the original date, but yeah, I've not had the pleasure yet, unfortunately.
So when you do get down to fight night and Daz introduces you, you'll know from that second exactly what we're talking about. She's, like I say, she's such a well-mannered, kind of mild. She's not in your face. She's dead relaxed, dead quiet. Something changes in her head.
Mate, I know what's coming with her. And you know what? When she defended her title against Mary Abbey, I mean, Mary Abbey on paper was like 12-1 with 10 KOs. And, you know, Mary turned up to weigh in, and I could see Mary looking at her and thinking, you know, I'm gonna eat you, I'm gonna beat you. And because Nick just stood there, just, you know, all Nick, smiley and everything. And Mary's manager actually said, you know, I'm the new and all that. And I said to him, I says, listen, I said, she's in a real fight now, kid. I says, get ready. She's in a real fight now. And then after the fight, credit to our manager, he came up to me and he went, where did that come from? And he says, I did not expect that at all. He says, and neither did Mary. He says, you know, she was just like, what? Like a you know, an hurricane. You know what I mean? And yeah, she's hard as nails. And I mean, she, like I said, she can punch as well. She's not the biggest flyweight, but listen, like I say, it still baffles me now, but it makes me laugh when you see opponents looking at her thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and do that. Listen, if you do it, then yeah, great, you've earned it. But I'm telling you, she's just like she's like a little devil, like she's possessed sometimes.
I've been there. I've seen sparring against very, very, very high level opposition, and I've seen opponents that have knocked people out land the same shot on Nick and it bounce off. I winced when the shot landed, and I was like probably 2-3 foot away. I winced when the shot landed, thinking she's going to come back and her eyes are going to be in the back of her head. She come back and without a care in the world.
Mate, she sparred somebody once, right, who was like, I'd say 5-6 pound heavier, really powerful as well, really, really powerful. Been stopping people, you know, easily. And she hit Nick with a left hook, right? And Nick's head literally was like it were on a spring. So in that split second, I've looked at Nick's knees and I thought, you know, I can see him, if they're going to dip, I'm just going to pull it. By the time I'd computed all this in my mind, Nick's knees weren't there for me to look at. She'd backed this girl up in corner and she was trying to rip her head off. And I'm like, oh, all right, fair enough. But, you know, that's the thing is with me, she can box as well. She's got skills as well. You know, she doesn't have to fight, but she can if she needs to. But yeah, I mean, listen, this is, you know, this fight means a lot to me as well. It's more about Nick than me. I'm not gonna make it about me because it's not. But I cannot sort of, I don't know what the word is. I can't sort of ignore the fact that this would be my first world champion.
Absolutely.
You know, and no one's ever done that either from Worksop as a trainer.
Something for you both to celebrate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. But do you know what? Listen, Marie Connan's going to be having an interview probably today, tomorrow, the next day, and Marie Connan's going to be saying, you know, I've not been able to get fights since I won the title. I've been injured. People are probably writing me off, and she's got a point to prove, and that's going to give her an extra 10% for me. And I fully respect Marie. I think she's a very good fighter. She's my type of fighter. No nonsense. You know, I watch her and I think, yeah, I like what you do. You know, so yeah, tough night's work, but I believe Nick's a world-class fighter. I know Marie Connan's a world-class fighter. I just believe Nick's that little bit better. So let's, you know, roll on the night.
Best of luck to both of you.
I think that's a perfect way to bring the show to an end. Lads, it's been an absolute pleasure, as always, having you on. We've got a lot to talk about come Sunday morning, Sunday evening, if we do another one of these. With obviously the Dubois versus Usyk card as well. We'll probably do a show on Thursday night to talk about that one and give our predictions. So until Thursday, thanks for joining Last Bolt Boxing. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the notifications button. That will let you know when we go live. And for now, good evening. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much.